My name is Scott. I'm with the Arizona Hot Tub Factory and they call me the Spa Man. Today I am working on a hot tub that has a bunch of leaks and it has a couple diverter valves that are not working. So let's get into this video and I will show you what's going on. Now in this video I'm actually not going to go into how to repair the leaks. I'm going to show you how I go about finding the leaks and what my method is. So I know that it's wet up here. I know that I've got a leak. If you watch, let me bring it down a little bit. You watch right there and just watch the water. You can see the leak. You can see the drip. Watch the water. There it goes. That tells me I got a leak right there. But if I come over this way, I've got another leak somewhere. Where was it? I was finding it. Oh, I got a leak way the heck over there also. So this is just how you go about finding a leak. I believe that the water is coming from here because this is really wet. So I'm going to dig all the way around this, get it all the way back. This is actually a light. I'm going to pull that out, put a little bit of silicone on it and seal it back up. But I'm going to bring the water level down to just below the light. If I bring that water level down below the light, seal this up, and that drip goes away, that tells me that this was the leak. So what I do with a spot like this is I'll dig all the way back to the tub. And I'll dig it out like a square, so to speak, just so I can get all the foam out of my way. Because this is not going to be, it's not like repairing a jet. I just need to get all the way back to the tub, back to the fiberglass, and then just clean it up a little bit. Once I do that, there's going to be a nut that I can grab onto, pretty simple. So this is how you go about fixing a light. Let me show you a little closer. So that's just how I go about fixing the light. So I pulled all that apart, and it is a little bit wet, but it's not real wet. And if you look on the inside of the tub, the water is actually below this because I've been letting the water out. So that leak that's underneath might be going away. But now that I have this, I can pull this out just a little bit, put some silicone on it, push it back in, and I've got it fixed. Well, I want to show you what I think is going on. I grabbed onto this with my hands and I was able to just spin this off without any tools at all. So that tells me that this is probably, yeah, it just needs some silicone on the other side and we'll be able to fix this one with no problem. Well, if you look really closely, you'll see that there's no longer a leak there. You know why? That's where it's at. That jet. So we might get lucky and we might just be able to turn that nut quarter of a turn to a half a turn and the leak goes away. Or we might have to empty the tub and completely seal up this jet. But we're going to try to see if we can just move the nut. So let's see if we can get in there close enough to just tighten up this nut. Sometimes I've been able to do this, not very often, I'm not going to lie, because the minute you start moving things, then it'll just start leaking worse. So let's see if I can just tighten up the nut a little bit. And there's still a little bit of crap on the back. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Got a little bit of foam on the back, so it's not allowing the nut to turn. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes I can get in there. It's very rare though, I'm not gonna kid you. See, it just won't let me turn that nut. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to take the whole thing out. Ah, there it goes. Nope, still leaking. Did we get lucky? Every now and then, you get lucky. The secret to doing this one is you have to dig all the foam out all the way around it. You have to take your time. If you keep watching, there's a leak right there. You can see my finger, I'm pointing at it. The leak was all the way over here. What I've been doing is knocking the foam off. Watch. If I grab onto the foam and I pull some more foam off, let's see if we can get it to move over a little bit. See? Now it moved over a little bit. I'll be right back. I'm going to get a scraper. I'm going to scrape it again, and we're going to watch it move again. I'm going to try to leave the camera in the same spot. So as you can see, I've scraped a little bit of the foam away, and the leak disappeared. Why did the leak disappear? Because it's no longer traveling down the tube. It's now up the tube that way, about 2 or 3 inches. Let's go to the other side and I'll show you where it's at now. So that you can see the leak behind here a little bit better, I'm going to take this box out. This was probably an old stereo, but is not being utilized as that anymore. If you look really close, you can see the leak right there. See it? So let's take the putty knife. Let's just start pulling all of this stuff off. See where we can see where it's at. There's a nut underneath here. This goes to the skimmer, so somewhere underneath there is the rest. So what this could be is something as simple as this is the hose. Okay, I'm going to tilt the camera up a little bit so you as you can see, I've got a leak right here. And that's pretty good drip. And as I get up here a little further, I'm not feeling it as much. So I've got this trick that I use, and a lot of my friends have called it the toilet paper trick, because I believe nothing absorbs water faster than toilet paper. So what I do is I take two pieces, not 2 ply, but 2 pieces, fold it in half, and what I do is I get my hand on the back side. I try not to touch the tubing until I'm ready. And then, can't get it where I want it. Like so. And then I will wrap it around just like that. And the reason why I'm doing that, gravity works. So if I've got a leak way the heck up here, it'll be wet up here. I know I've got a leak down here. When I pull it off, you can see right here, look how wet that is right there. That was up there in that corner on that side. So that tells me I'm going to have to take this fitting off, this fitting off, and this piece off, and replace all 3. So that's how you find a leak. And you guys have already seen how I fix leaks, but that's how you find a leak. You look right there. See it leaking. So this was that one right there, where I kept digging from all the way there, all the way there, all the way there. Well, now I've cleaned up all the foam all the way around. So I might get lucky again and be able to tighten this nut, and maybe it stops leaking. If not, there again, got to pull it apart, seal it up. Let's give it a try. If If you don't have a pair of big channel locks like this, I suggest you get a pair. So there's the leak. I cleaned this up a little bit more to get my channel locks in there. Let's see if I can give this just a little bit of a quarter of a turn, an eighth of a turn. It's not going to take much. Well, can you believe that? That's got a little bit of a leak, not much. I might have to take this apart and seal it up. Yeah, I'm going to probably have to take this one apart and seal it up because it's still getting a little bit of a leak. And this, I could probably back the nut out far enough to where I can get it to move up in the tub. I can put silicone, seal it back down. Let me try one more little turn. Generally speaking, you can go about a quarter of a turn. You don't want to strip it. If you strip it, you're redoing the whole thing. Okay, so let me give you guys a cool spot tip. The reason why this probably started leaking is because inside of this bucket is where the filter sits. And the filter screws in to that fitting. So what happens is sometimes when you screw this filter down too tight and it's in there for a while and you don't change your filter every couple weeks to clean it, when you go to unscrew it, you'll move that fitting, causing the leak. So that might have been what caused this. So anyways, I got it fixed today. So tell me everybody what you think, everybody, down in the comments.